Yeah, 모두 다 빨리 박수 쳐 기다리지 말고 서둘러 Reason that I'm back is to feed you raps and I see that you are 배불러 So fly
Steve, great topic for us today. Ryan Clark has elected himself the judge and jury of Stephen A. Smith, and he knows exactly what Stephen A. Smith should have said about Donald Trump. Stephen A. Smith, of course, in controversy because he went on Sean Hannity's show and said, hey, Donald Trump's relatable because for black people because of his problems with the criminal justice system. Ryan Clark has now, and Stephen A. Smith has backpedaled and apologized because the NAACP and others have piled on him. And so now Ryan Clark has piled on him. And Ryan Clark is using Stephen A. Smith as a trampoline. Let's watch Ryan Clark talk about Trump and Stephen A.
I respect Stephen A. and the platform that he's built, but I respectfully disagree with him here. First off, let's talk about the simple statement that black people can relate to former President Donald Trump based on discrimination by the judicial system. He's not being discriminated against. Nope. What Donald Trump did was make bad decisions, and because of those bad decisions, he's now been investigated, he's now been accused, alleged, and then now prosecuted. The one thing that black people can't relate to is having these run-ins with the law and being the president of the United States of America. We couldn't be the president of the 4-H club if we had this many run-ins with the law. We couldn't be the president of our own HOA. And so I think that's one thing that we need to get out and be very clear on. Also, when you agree with this, you're allowing him to break us down to the lowest common denominator. So you're saying all of these black people who now seem to support you only support you because they connect with you on your run-ins with the law, or only support with you because they connect with you on sneakers. So why can't we connect on diversity, equity, and inclusion? Why can't we connect on better medical care? Why can't we connect on focusing on the mortality rate of black mothers? Why can't we connect on better schooling in the minority communities? So you mean to tell me you think so low of us that we can only connect with you because you've been indicted? We can only connect with you because you made ugly gold tennis shoes? And I think that's so insulting to even allege that that could be true. And let's really be clear. Nothing about Donald Trump's existence is black. Donald Trump can't speak to the black existence. He can't speak to the historical prejudice and discrimination that black people have faced. Donald Trump has never had to get that talk from his mom. This is the way you deal with authority. This is the way you have to be outside the house. Donald Trump's parents never had to worry about will he or will he not make it home based on the color of his skin.
This guy's insufferable, man. He is now the worst person in the media, and it's not even close, man. I mean, I've just he is. Remember the In Living Color skit, the dude that's in jail that thinks he's talking all this
played by Damon
smart,
Wayans.
intelligent stuff. Yeah. That's who Ryan Clark reminds me of. He thinks he's being profound, and then Channing Crowder and the other people sit around, and they got these big bulged out eyes like they're hearing, Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech or whatever. I don't even know where to begin, so I'm gonna shut up. Your thoughts on Ryan Clark's soliloquy there?
You mean Martin Luther Clark? He had a dream that he said something insightful.
Yeah.
I will say this, and I'm going to point this out again, and I know I'm repeating myself, but Jason, I do actually agree with Clark's point about, I believe that Trump and whoever's behind him, whether it's the Republican Party or the MAGA movement, or even Blacks for Trump, which is a movement, right, which seems to be gaining steam, do not harp on the whole thing about the lowest common denominator of why we support Trump. I think this has to be about policies, and overall, for every American, were we better off with the past president than the current one? So I just want to get that straight. But again, I think Ryan Clark himself is insulting those who are supporting Trump that are of his own skin color. Maybe some of them are taking the easy way out, talking about, oh, we love the mugshot, we love the tennis shoes, and that guy's in trouble with the popo. Okay, I actually think, and I've seen a lot of videos where a lot of these individuals actually are talking about the state of life, their own economic conditions in the economy of this country, and other issues such as consistent long-term support for HBCUs. But what Ryan Clark is doing, and is like, it's almost like this taciturn endorsement of Democrats and Biden. That's really the subtext of what he's saying. But again, Jason, the last thing I want is if you're going to try to set me up or anybody else on a blind date, and you say, well, what's she like? Which is really another way of saying, how does she look? The first thing they say is, well, I mean, she's nice. She's nice. I mean, she's got a great personality. I'm like, I'm not sure about that one. Not sure about that one, because just because you say something ain't bad, Jason, it doesn't mean it's good.
Steve, his victim mentality, and he so contradicts himself because we couldn't be the president of 4-H if we had a criminal record. We couldn't be the president of our HOA because we're such victims and we're so discriminated against. Ryan, look around the sports broadcasting industry that you're a part of, ESPN, Fox Sports, and look at how many black former athletes with criminal past on the record get opportunities to be on national TV earning millions of dollars. But we couldn't even be the president of our HOA if we had even a whiff of controversy or criminal allegations against. Stop it, man. It's a lie. And you know it. and you know and then when you understand, like, because you see yourself as a victim and all black people as victims, the fact that Trump or some people close to Trump say, well, Trump's a victim. And he's a victim of an unfair criminal justice system that's targeting him because they don't want him for president. And you know what? I think black people can relate to that because they see themselves as victims. Ryan Clark defines, how come we can't connect over diversity, equity, and inclusion? Because maybe Donald Trump doesn't believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Yeah. Maybe he knows that's a Marxist concept. I certainly do, and I'm black. So we can't connect over diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so the guy's just insufferable. Well, and Jason, the fact that it's working irritates me.
I don't know. Well, we'll see if it's working. But again, Martin Luther Clark has become another gated community revolutionary. I mean, he talks about caring about the black community and what afflicts it. But I'll guarantee you he does not live around a lot of black people for the most part, like a lot of these athletes and celebrities. But a couple of things here about how we couldn't even run the homeowners association or be something. There's a channel called Pink Book Lessons that I just love. Great lady does all these stories. And trust me, there are people of positions of power that are very, very close to the skin tone of Ryan Clark, like the mayor of Dolan, Super City Girl Mayor, Tiffany, whatever her name is.
Henyard,
Henyard. Super Mayor, she's running roughshod. She's not the only one. There are judges that are starting fights. There's actually one judge that committed a murder. Okay, that must have been an interesting child. So for Ryan Clark to say that POCs cannot get positions of power and then keep them, I would suggest that he subscribe to that fine network, and I think he'll be educated. But Jason, you talk about being in. Are you sure?
Let me give you hold for 1 second.
Yeah.
Hold for 1 second, Steve. Because this is what's so annoying about is how little Ryan Clark knows, and he can only think about what's popular over Twitter and these serious expression and how the camera and all. It's all. But we can't even be president of the 4-H club. But you know what, Ryan? Marion Barry smoked crack on tape.
And got reelected.
The mayor of Washington, D.C. But we can't. Oh, my God, the standards for us are so high that if we got caught smoking crack on camera, we could be mayor of Washington, D.C. I mean,
Right.
There's so little depth of knowledge, and it's all emotion, and it's all a gimmick for social media. And if there was any resistance, one of these guys that's on camera with him, just point out any of this. You don't have to think very hard if you actually knew anything. But we can't even be... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Jason, this is my biggest gripe with guys like him. They talk about strengthening their own community, right? Well, so I say, you make 7 figures. Have you ever invested in any real estate in those affected communities and started a business and employed people? Or is it just about complaining about the people that do and provide a service? The other thing is, Jason, are you sure he's the most insufferable? Because are you just talking about sports media? Because I'm just telling you, I don't know. You really think he's more insufferable than Amanda Seales? I don't know. This is gonorrhea and syphilis.
Me and Shamika are about to get into Amanda Seales. I want to hear that one. I give her a pass. She's a woman. Women are insufferable. And she's an attractive woman. And so she gets away with being insufferable, or she used to get away with it. This is a man who played a manly sport, who again, and it's all such gimmick. It's all the camera, the angles, the Channing Crowder sitting there like, oh my God, look at Ryan Clark, and it's so powerful. And oh my God, if we were black, we couldn't even stop
That's
it.
A so you have different standards for men and women. That is misogyny, Jason. I'm very ashamed of you.
Yes, I do have different standards for men and women.
That is sexism.
Yes, I do.
Yourself.
Thank you, Steve. I want to thank our great friends at Cardio Miracle for allowing us to do this. Support healthy blood flow and deliver more vitamins, nutrients, and minerals to your entire body. Get started now for a healthier, happier you by visiting cardiomiracle.com/fearless. Receive 10% off your first order, 15% if you choose to subscribe and save. They also offer a 60-day, no-risk, 100% money-back guarantee. I take the stuff myself. It's been incredible. My family takes it. Friends take it. Get yourself some Cardio Miracle. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.